Okay, so y'all met the light goal sooner than I expected. I'm gonna start releasing a video every probably 2 to 3 days, depending on if I'm busy or not. But anyways, I'm gonna get started. Okay, this is part 2 of what if Naruto was half Uchiha, half Uzumaki. Okay, one day Naruto was walking home, and a man with a cloak on his back saw a man with a cloak on his back. This cloak was black as night. This man was Madara Uchiha. Or was it? Naruto would not know, but Madara would follow him around, making sure he was safe, as he did with as Madara did with Minato. One day, Naruto would be getting attacked by a Chunin, as quote-unquote Madara dived down from the rooftop, slamming his foot straight into the Chunin's chest. Straight into the Chunin's throat. The Chunin would barely get up, as he'd swing his kunai at Madara. Madara would duck down his head as he'd slam his fist straight into the Chunin's asparagus. He then quickly he, he'd then quickly take his sword out, stabbing straight through the Chunin's heart, killing him. Instantly, Naruto would be scared for his life as he'd awaken his 3 Tomoe in one eye, 2 Tomoe in the other. Naruto would quickly run home as I left this part out, but he knows the transformation jutsu. Back to the what if. Naruto would use the transformation jutsu so he could go to the library and study hard for the next 2 years, as well as train with Sasuke. Naruto, one day, read a book about chakra natures. He'd be curious. Him being the curious boy he was, would go to the Hokage's office. A Chunin would be outside the door guarding it. He'd go to walk inside. The Chunin would push him to the ground, saying he may not enter. Lord Third always said he was allowed to walk in at any moment. So Naruto would get up, charge chakra into his fist, he'd slam it in the Chunin's stomach. The Chunin would gasp for air as he'd roundhouse kick him into the wall, knocking him out. He'd walk into the Hokage's office. Naruto would ask the old man, Hiruzen, do you have any chakra paper I can use? Hiruzen would say, why exactly would an academy student need chakra paper? You probably cannot even control your chakra to put it into the paper. Hiruzen would tell Naruto. Naruto would say, come on, old man. Please, just one. Hiruzen would sigh as he would hand Naruto one chakra paper. Naruto would put some of his chakra into the paper, as the paper would show that he had 4 chakra natures. Hiruzen would look shocked as he'd say, very impressive, Naruto. That means you have 4 chakra natures. Naruto would realize he has wind, fire, lightning, water. Now Naruto would train to learn 3 more jutsu. Hiruzen would tell Hatake about this. Kakashi would ask Hiruzen if he could if he could train Naruto. Hiruzen would say, I don't think he is ready for that yet, Kakashi. Flashback, Kakashi would be walking as he'd look over as he'd see a black-haired boy. He'd ignore him until he heard the boy yell, Fire Style, Grand Fireball Jutsu. As Kakashi would look back, he'd see 2 logs turn to ashes in mere seconds. Kakashi would stare down the 6-year-old Naruto Uzumaki. Madara would watch over Naruto's. Still, Kakashi would sense a person looking at them. Madara would run away. Now back to the present time. Kakashi would plead with Hiruzen. Hiruzen would sigh as he had agreed to let Kakashi train Naruto for 4 years. For 4 years, within 5 months, Naruto Has a mature Sharingan. Cut to when Naruto is becoming a genin. Naruto and Sasuke would have morning spar, as Naruto would train to use Kenjutsu, Taijutsu, Ninjutsu over the years. Naruto carries a pack of swords, two on his back, one on each side, two on his waist, one on each side. He can now weave one-handed hand seals and put chakra natures into his blade. One day after school is up, Naruto would overhear Mizuki talking to uh, talking to an academy student. Mizuki would say, "Seal the scroll of sealing, and we will promote you to Genin." A student not being so smart would agree to the terms. Naruto would wait for the kid to steal the scroll, as he'd finally activate his Sharingan, as he'd grab the kid, slamming him into the ground. He'd slam his fist into his head, knocking him out. He'd then grab the scroll as Mizuki would come. As he'd balance himself on a tree branch, Naruto would look up at Mizuki. Mizuki would have demon wind, demon will shuriken in his hand. Mizuki would reveal Naruto's the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki. Naruto would say, "I could care less what you say, Mizuki." Mizuki would by you respond by saying, "You demon brat." Mizuki would then throw his demon will shuriken. I'm gonna end this part here. I hope you enjoyed. Can we get this video to 7 likes? And I'll make part 2 tomorrow, or part 3 tomorrow.